The majority of refugees that arrive in Greece or arrive in Europe arrive here on this island. So these beaches are where, sometimes 60 to 70 boats will land here per day. Most of them have fled countries of conflict. They left all their belongings. Some of them have left even family members behind. They just flee for their own safety, and they flee for the hope of a better life. I mean, I can't even imagine leaving everything I know and coming to a place on a little raft, and you have no idea whether you're going to be welcomed, or you're going to be thrown in prison, or you're going to be, you just have no idea what to expect.
A lot of the moms are very visibly afraid, and to be handed someone else's child that's really humbling to be responsible to care for them even for that brief moment.
Let's go with this nice lady. Let's go. Take care of her, please.
It was hard to see children coming off soaking wet. Yesterday we saw a boat come in with a baby who is just 1 month old on it. And I just can't imagine a mom who gets on a boat like that, that's so unsafe, with their 1 month old infant, and how afraid she must have been that something would happen. And actually, I was just fearful that they're not going to make it because they're going to die of hypothermia before they get anywhere safe. So I think it just epitomizes the desperation that we see in this situation that we find ourselves in.
They know about the border crossings. They know about what's happening in Hungary, about getting tear gassed and about getting stopped at a border. They know about boats crashing out here. Just yesterday, a boat was lost out at sea and people died. Almost every day one of these boats doesn't make it to shore.
You can tell they're traumatized by what has already been such a long journey that they've been through, and what will be a really long journey still.
I think when they land, they're just so glad to be on dry land and safe that the reality of what lies ahead isn't really registering. So I don't think they realize that they now have several weeks' journey trying to get through Europe to their destination, and that journey is not going to be easy.
This is Karatepe. It's one of the refugee transit points that the refugees wait before moving on with their journey.
She's 4 months pregnant, is that right? 4 months?
Yes.
Yeah. And why is she afraid she might be losing the baby? I'm just cleaning the wound. He's trodden on a nail. It's gone quite deep. The most important thing is that he goes to a pharmacy now and gets a tetanus vaccination. She's just sprained her ankle, probably by walking or maybe when she got out of the boat. Has she felt the baby kicked yet? A flutter? Then the baby's okay.
We are the first faces that they see when they land. Probably a lot of them have never even met a Christian. When they land on this beach, we're happy that we can be here and be here as part of that first step. And be here to just show them that there's Christian people that love them. As they continue their journey along the way, they'll meet other people from Samaritan's Purse and other countries, and they'll remember us. I've never done anything like this. This is extremely special, what we're doing here.
In the past 3 years, more than 10,000 men, women and children have died trying to cross this stretch of water. Migrants. People. Each one had a story, a hope, a dream. Over just 6 days, we'll witness the intensity of the rescue attempts, the helplessness of the migrants, and the hopelessness of the effort to end the crisis.
Keep breathing, come on, come on.
This is what death and survival looks like. Malta is the ship's base. From here, we're heading south towards Libya. It's from this war-torn country that so many thousands leave looking for a better life in Europe. Smugglers bring the migrants together on the beaches of towns dotted along the coastline. But few of them are actually from Libya. The 300,000 who've made this journey in 2016 are from all over Africa, the Middle East and beyond. They've travelled to Libya because that's the gateway to Europe, and in this lawless place, no one is stopping them from coming. The sea they think they'll cross is vast. It'll take us 24 hours from Malta to the area where their boats will run into trouble. To move. It's only when you come face to face with the migrant boats that you realise just how crazy, how dangerous and how desperate this whole thing is.
The red drum at the back of the boat is their fuel tank, so that's an open fuel tank basically. It's not enclosed, so those drums are just full of neat petrol.
The boat is packed, and the challenge for the team is massive.
We've moved up close now to the migrants. The job of the rescue teams now is to get the life jackets from this rescue boat onto the dinghy.
Listen to instructions from this man, from this...
Paul and Nick need to take control to keep people calm.
I see you! I see you!
The rescuers back off and attempt to bring back order. Crowd control. At sea, at night, with people who can't swim and who are terrified. This is almost impossible.
Well, the massive challenge for the team here is trying to ensure that everyone stays seated. If too many people get up on that flimsy boat, it'll turn over, they'll all be in the water, and few of them can swim.
So after a very tense few moments, Nick has managed to get himself onto the dinghy. He reckons it's going to be easier to calm the migrants down if he's on there himself. Now they can resume the delivery of the life jackets.
With the main rescue vessel alongside the dinghy, they need to be offloaded one by one with care and order.
Okay, Joey, start, Joey! Joey, start!
If they all move at once, the stability will be lost. The first few are brought off safely, the babies.
Do something!
But then there's a rush. And then this. In the water are gallons of fuel from the dinghy, and they're swallowing it. As journalists, we have an obligation for detachment, to observe and to report. But here, a human tragedy is unfolding in front of us. We are now part of it.
Hold my hand. Hold my hand. Keep breathing. Come on. Come on.
His name is Abdul Latif.
1, 2, 3.
And he survived.
Oh.
Please, let go! Help me!
In the chaos, it takes us all a few moments to realise that rescuer Paul Chamberlain is in trouble.
Paul! Paul! Paul, give me your hand! Paul! 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 One, two, three! Oh.
Very good. Paul! Help, Paul! Paul, you okay?
Are you all right?
Yeah. A lot of fuel in the water.
Seven people were lost yesterday. 134 were saved. And that's what the crew must now focus on. They are exhausted. They're cold and wet, but alive. Some only just.
There's not much I can do for her at the moment, just to observe her.
The 6 children all survived. 3 babies with their mothers, an older boy too. But the other 2, brothers, have lost their parents. For now, remarkably, they seem oblivious. There are some here who are refugees.
Where are your parents?
My parents, I don't know where they are. No, my mom is in the camps in Ethiopia, and my dad, I don't hear about him.
Like Queeth, who wants to finish his education away from South Sudan's war.
What is your subject?
Commerce.
Commerce.
Yes.
But most here are not refugees. They are just escaping that hopelessness of poverty.
I'm going to Europe, so look for something, work and get some money, I become a good citizenship there so that I can be able to rescue my family, because in Nigeria the economy is not really helping us at all.
They just want a better future, and with such simple ambitions. 24 hours later, they're in Europe. Lives saved and bonds made. But their journey, their recovery, is far from over. Some will get asylum, some will be sent home. Many will disappear into an illegal limbo.